Can you let the jail know to get Mr. River in the room? Yes, sir. Okay, first case this morning is People versus Kyle Lancaster, file number 256881. If I can have counsel put your appearances on.
For the record, General, Michael Beth People.
Morning, Your Honor. James Dick on behalf of Mr. Lancaster, who's sitting to my right.
And Mr. Dick, how did we want to proceed with this file this morning?
We do have a resolution to this matter. The offer has been tendered. That was the basis for the waiver to circuit court. And today we will be entering the plea to 2 counts of criminal sexual conduct, 3rd degree, in exchange for dismissal of the other 2 counts.
Please to counts 3 and 4, judge, and dismissal of 1 and 2.
Okay. So that is a correct statement of the plea agreement then, Mr. Rowland?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Lancaster, I'm going to ask you to come up to the podium there, please. You raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You can lower your hand. Mr. Lancaster, have you had an adequate opportunity to speak to your attorney about this plea agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And is that how you wanted to proceed today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you currently on any kind of probation or parole?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, where's that from?
Otsego, there.
Okay. And are you going to face, or have you already faced additional penalties for violating your probation because of this case?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. DeLeo, do you know who the supervising agent is?
I don't, Your Honor. Maybe it's district court.
It is.
Oh, it's district court.
District court, judge.
Okay, all right. And Mr. Lancaster, you understand that each of the charges that you're going to plead guilty to in this case, which are each 1 count of criminal sexual conduct, 3rd degree, 2 of those counts, and each of those carries with it a maximum possible penalty of up to 15 years. Do you understand that?
I do.
That maximum possible penalty in mind, what is your plea to each of those charges today?
Got it. Guilty.
So right now you have certain rights. I'm going to go through your rights with you. You have the right to have a trial. You have the right to be tried by a jury. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to have the prosecutor prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty. You have the right to have any witnesses against you appear at trial and to question those witnesses. You have the right to have the court order any witnesses on your behalf appear at trial. You have the right to remain silent during a trial and to not have that silence used against you, and the right to testify at a trial yourself if you wanted. You understand that you have all of those rights.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand that you're going to be giving up and waiving all of those rights by pleading guilty.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Also, you don't have an automatic right to appeal the plea that you're making here today. You can only do that by leave, and that means that you would have to ask for the Court of Appeals to hear your case. They could say no, and then you wouldn't be able to go any further with that appeal. Do you understand that?
I do.
Has anyone threatened you with anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than what we said here in court today?
No, Your Honor.
Is it your own free choice to plead guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty because you are actually guilty of each of these crimes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Dick, because of the information doesn't contain much factual information,
Pardon me?
I'm going to ask that you conduct some questioning of your client to establish the factual basis.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Lancaster, between May and June 2nd, 2024, were you in Otsego County? Let me rephrase that. Between May and June 2nd, 2024, were you at any point there with Kelly Sue Lonsberry?
Yes, I would.
Okay. And during that time period, did you find yourself with Miss Lonsberry? Pardon me. During that time period, did you have any sort of relations with Miss Lonsberry?
Yeah.
Did you ever find yourself having unconsensual relations with Miss Lonsberry?
Yeah.
Did you find yourself having unconsensual relations with Miss Lonsberry while she was under the influence of some controlled substance?
Yeah.
And was she in some manner incapacitated?
Yeah.
And did you have sexual penetration with your penis on any of these occasions?
Yes.
And did you have sexual penetration with any of your digits or fingers in her vagina?
Yes.
Did this happen on 2 different occasions?
Yes.
And she did not give you consent to make either of these penetrations?
Okay, all right. Mr. Lancaster, did both of those happen at a location here within Otsego County?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and at the time, Ms. Lounsbury was under the influence of a substance and she wasn't able to consent or say yes or no, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Rolla, satisfied with the factual basis?
Yes, Judge.
All right, Mr. Rolla, are the people aware of any threats, promises, or inducements other than what's been placed on the record?
None by the people, thank you.
Are you,
No, Your Honor.
Counselor, either of you, or are you both satisfied that the court has complied with statute and court rule in the taking of this plea?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
And the people satisfied the court has sufficient factual basis to accept pleas as to both counts 3 and 4.
Thank you. Mr. Lancaster, the court finds that your plea is knowing, voluntary, and accurate. The court is satisfied that there is a factual basis to support a finding that you are guilty of each of these charges. The court will accept your guilty plea as to both. We'll set this matter for a sentencing hearing. You'll be notified of the date and time of that hearing. It's important that you stay in touch with your attorney prior to that date. Also, before you leave today, you're going to meet with Mr. DeLeo from the probation department to set up a pre-sentence interview, okay? Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Mr. Roll, anything further we need to address on this file?
No.
Okay. Thank you. That's all for today.
Thank you.
Sir, is your name Christopher Whitmer? Can you hear me?
Yes,
At the
sir, I
jail?
do.
All right. Is your name
Yes, sir.
Christopher Is your name Christopher Whitmer?
Yes, sir, yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. We'll go on the record in People versus Christopher Whitmer. This is file number 256904. The record should reflect that Mr. Whitmer is present today by video from the Otsego County Jail. If I could have counsel put your appearances on.
Good morning, Judge. Again, for the record, my role on behalf of the people.
James Dick on behalf of Mr. Whitmer.
And Mr. Dick, do we have a resolution of this file as well?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Whitmer will be pleading to guilty to count 2 in exchange for dismissal of counts 1 and 3.
Mr. Rolla?
I thought it was count 1 for dismissal of counts 2 and 3. Moment, please. Yeah, it's count 1 for dismissal of 2 and 3, and there's a restitution. I'll take a look. Hang on a minute. Again, I'm not gonna argue with this. Give me a second. I see that on August 14th, Ms. Brooker, my chief assistant prosecutor, made a amended offer of plea to counts 2 for dismissal of counts 1 and 3. So we are bound by that particular agreement, Judge.
Okay. All right, Mr. Whitmer, what the lawyers have said here is that you are going to plead guilty to count 2, which is using a false or counterfeited personal identification, and then counts 1 and 3 would be dismissed. Have you had a chance to talk to your attorney about that plea agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is that how you wanted to proceed today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, can you raise your right hand, please? You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You can lower your hand. Mr. Whitmer, are you currently on any kind of probation or parole?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and you understand that the maximum possible penalty that you can face for this charge would be up to 5 years and or a $10,000 fine and any restitution that may be owed?
Yes, Your Honor.
With that in mind, what is your plea to that charge today?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Right now, you have certain rights. I'm going to go through those with you. You have the right to have a trial. You have the right to be tried by a jury. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to have the prosecutor prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty. You have the right to have any witnesses against you appear at trial and to question those witnesses. You have the right to have the court order any witnesses on your behalf appear at trial. You have the right to remain silent during a trial and to not have that silence used against you, and the right to testify at a trial yourself if you want it. You understand all those rights.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you're giving up and waiving all of those rights by pleading guilty.
Yes, Your Honor.
Also, you don't have an automatic right to appeal the plea that you're making here today. You can only appeal by leave, and that means that you have to ask for the Court of Appeals to hear your case. If they said no, then that would be the end of any appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone threatened you with anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what we've said here on the record today?
No, Your Honor.
Is it your own free choice to enter this plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty to this charge because you are actually guilty of this charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right, the information I have indicates that this occurred on or about August 4th of 2025. Is that the right time frame?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, at that time, were you located here within Otsego County?
Yes, Your Honor.
And while you were here in Otsego County, did you use a false or a forged or a counterfeited identification card in order to access computer programs or to commit a crime.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any permission or authority to do that at the time that you did that?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Rolla, are the people satisfied with the factual basis?
This occurred here, not so funny. I may have missed that, Judge. I'm sorry. If that was on the record, then yes, it was satisfied.
Okay, Mr. Dick.
Likewise, Your Honor, yes.
Counsel, are either of you aware of any threats, promises, or inducements other than what's been placed on the record?
None by the people, thank you.
By the defense, Your Honor.
And are you both satisfied that the court has complied with statute and court rule in taking of this plea?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Whitmer, the court finds that your plea is knowing, voluntary, and accurate. Court is satisfied that there is a factual basis to support a finding that you are guilty of this charge. The court will accept your guilty plea. We'll set this matter for a sentencing hearing. You'll be notified of the date and time of that hearing. Between now and then, somebody from the probation department will be in touch with you to conduct a pre-sentence interview. And then they'll prepare a report. You'll have an opportunity to go through that with your attorney prior to the sentencing hearing. Mr. Rolla, is there anything else we need to address for the record today?
Not in this case. Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Dick.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Whitmer, did you have any questions at all?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. That's all for this hearing today, and the court's going to go ahead and disconnect.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Truth is ready.
Judge, can I approach on an unrelated matter?
Sure. Gotcha.
Judge, can I approach?
Yes.
Is that everywhere?
Yeah. Exactly. We always have one within reach.
Yeah.
All right, sir, is your name Mr. Gentry?
Yes.
Okay, you come right up to the podium here next to your lawyer, please. I'll go on the record and People versus Gentry, and this is file number 256898. The record should reflect Mr. Gentry's present here in the courtroom today. If I can have counsel for your appearances on.
Thank you, Your Honor. On behalf of Mr. Gentry.
Can you tell me the status of this file today?
Yes, Your Honor. We do have an agreement for the court, which we intend to enter into today. That would contemplate a plea to count 2 with a dismissal of count 1, as well as the enhancements. And we intend to enter into that today.
All the enhancements?
Correct. So it would just be count 2, the 2-year.
Okay, Mr. Rolla, is that a correct statement in the plea offer?
It is correct, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Gentry, have you had an adequate opportunity to speak to your lawyer about this plea agreement?
Yes,
Is that how you wanted to proceed today?
yes,
You raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
yes, sir.
Thank you. You can lower your hand. Mr. Gentry, are you currently on any kind of probation or parole?
No.
You understand that by pleading guilty to count 2, which is selling an imitation controlled substance, the maximum possible penalty you could face would be up to 2 years and or a $10,000 fine.
Yes,
With that in mind, what is your plea to that charge today? Right now, you have certain rights. I'm going to go through those with you. You have the right to have a trial. You have the right to be tried by a jury. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to have the prosecutor prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty. You have the right to have any witnesses against you appear at trial and to question those witnesses. You have the right to have the court order any witnesses on your behalf appear at trial. You have the right to remain silent during a trial and to not have that silence used against you, and to testify at a trial yourself if you wanted. You understand all those rights.
yes,
And you understand that you're giving up and waiving all of those rights by pleading guilty.
yes,
Also, you don't have an automatic right to appeal the plea that you're making here today. If you wanted to try to appeal it or get it reversed, you would have to ask for the Court of Appeals to hear your case. They could say no, and then that would be the end of any appeal. You understand that?
yes,
Has anyone threatened you with anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than what we've said here in court today?
no,
Is it your own free choice to enter this plea?
yes,
Are you pleading guilty to this charge because you are actually guilty of this charge?
yes,
Okay. This happened back on June 25th of 2025. Is that the correct date?
Yes, reporting.
yes,
Okay. On that date, were you here in Otsego County?
yes,
Okay. And while you were here in Otsego County at that time, did you give or sell a substance to somebody representing to them that it was some type of controlled substance or some type of drug?
yes,
Okay. Mr. Rolla, are you satisfied with the factual? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have any legal right or any kind of authority or authorization to do that at the time that you did it?
no,
Mr. Rolla?
One additional question, Judge.
Sure.
At the time of this sale of control, did you know in fact it was a counter controlled substance?
yes,
Then the people are satisfied, Your Honor. Thank you. We leave the sufficient factual basis to place on the record.
Mr. Church?
I would agree there's a sufficient factual basis and the court has complied with court.
Counsel, are either of you aware of any threats, promises, or inducements other than what's been placed on the record?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Aware of none, Your Honor.
And again, are you both satisfied that the court has complied with statute and court will take this?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Gentry, the court finds that your plea is knowing, voluntary, and accurate. The court is satisfied that there is a factual basis to support a finding that you are guilty of this charge. The court will accept your guilty plea. We'll set this matter for a sentencing hearing. You'll be notified of the date and time of that hearing. It's important that you stay in touch with your attorney, Mr. Truch, between now and then. Before you leave today, you're going to meet with Mr. DeLeo from the probation department to set up a pre-sentence interview. Mr. Rolla, anything further on this file?
Not in this case. No, thank you, Judge.
Mr. Church?
Nothing further.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gentry. That's all for today. I have Mr. Banks connected. Mr. Banks, if you're there, if you can hear me, can you turn on your microphone and camera, please?
Randall, we can see, oh, there you go.
Can you hear me?
Sir, yep, are you Randall Banks?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, great. We're on the record now in People versus Randall Banks. This is file number 256893. The record should reflect Mr. Banks is present today by video by prior approval of the court. If I could have counsel put your appearances on.
For the record, Your Honor, Michael Oldham, people.
Thank you, Your Honor. Richard Trush, appearing on behalf of Mr. Banks. He is joining us via Zoom from the Veterans Facility in Battle Creek.
Okay, this is set as a status conference today. Can you tell me where this file's at, Mr. Church?
Yes, Your Honor. So at the last hearing date, we had appeared, frankly, Mr. Banks was ready and willing to engage in a plea agreement. We weren't quite there yet because the labs had come in just that very morning. We now are in a place to enter into an agreement. Prosecutor has offered, if he pled, sorry, Your Honor, I gotta find the right counts. If he pled to, I believe it's count one as a half third, the remainder would be dismissed.
That's correct, Judge.
I'm struggling to find my information right now.
Okay, so operating while intoxicated, third offense as a habitual third.
Correct, and then all of the misdemeanors as well as the habitual fourth would be dismissed.
Okay. All right, Mr. Banks, were you able to hear that?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And is that the agreement that you've discussed with your attorney?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Is that how you wanted to proceed today?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, can you raise your right hand, please?
Yes, sir.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Thank you. You can lower your hand. Mr. Banks, are you currently on any kind of probation or parole?
Not anything other than with the courts.
You mean in terms of bond?
Yes.
Okay. But you're not on any other paper or anywhere else or with this county?
No, sir, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. And you understand that by pleading guilty to operating while intoxicated, third offense as a habitual third offender, that the maximum possible penalty you could face would be up to 10 years. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
With that in mind, what is your plea to that charge today?
I am guilty, Your Honor.
Right now, you have certain rights. I'm going to go through your rights with you. You have the right to have a trial. You have the right to be tried by a jury. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to have the prosecutor prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty. You have the right to have any witnesses against you appear at trial and to question those witnesses. You have the right to have the court order any witnesses on your behalf appear at trial. You have the right to remain silent during a trial and to not have that silence used against you, and the right to testify at a trial yourself if you want it. Do you understand all those rights?
Yes, sir, Your Honor, I do.
And do you understand that you're giving up and waiving all of those rights by pleading guilty, and you won't have them anymore, including the right to have a trial?
Yes, sir, Your Honor, I do.
Also, you don't have an automatic right to appeal the plea that you're making here today. You can only do that by leave, and that means that you would have to ask for the Court of Appeals to hear your case. They could say no, and then that would be the end of any appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, Your Honor, I do.
Has anybody threatened you with anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, sir, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what we've said here today on the record?
Yeah, no, sir, Your Honor.
Is it your own free choice to enter this plea?
Yes, sir, I am.
Are you pleading guilty to this crime because you are actually guilty?
Yes, sir, Your Honor, I am.
Information I have indicates that this happened on July 26th of 2025. Is that the correct date?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
On that date, had you been consuming alcohol?
Yes, sir, Your Honor, I was.
And after you consumed alcohol, did you operate a vehicle on South Wisconsin Avenue here in Gaylord in Otsego County?
Yes, sir, Your Honor, I did.
Did you have any blood or breath tests to determine the level of alcohol in your system at the time?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Do you know what that result was?
I believe the breathalyzer was 1.7, sir.
Do you have any reason to doubt the accuracy of that test?
No,
Your
sir.
Honor,
Go ahead.
there was a blood draw done, and I think it was like a 2.5.
2.25, yes.
Okay. All right, Mr. Banks, had you consumed enough alcohol prior to driving that day that you believe you were intoxicated at the time you were operating that vehicle?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
All right. Had you previously been convicted of operating while intoxicated or operating while impaired at least twice prior to this incident?
Yes, sir, Your Honor, I was.
All right. Had you also been convicted of the offense of involuntary manslaughter back in 1998 in Monroe County, Michigan?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay. And one prior offense of operating while intoxicated third, and that would have been in 2019.
Yes.
And in Lenawee County, Michigan?
Yes, sir, Your Honor, I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, Mr. Rolla, are the people satisfied with the factual basis?
Yes, Judge, thank you.
Mr. Trush?
Just want to clarify one thing, just to make sure we have a good, clean record. Mr. Banks, the judge had asked you if you had at least 2 prior OWI offenses. Are those separate and independent from that OWI third in Monroe County?
I believe so, sir, yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure there wasn't any confusion there.
Sure. Okay. Thank you. Counselor, either of you aware of any threats, promises, or inducements other than what's been placed on the record?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
And are you both satisfied that the court has complied with statute and court rule in the taking of this plea?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Banks, the court finds that your plea is knowing, voluntary, and accurate. The court is satisfied that there is a factual basis to support a finding that you are guilty of this charge. The court will accept your guilty plea. We'll set this matter for a sentencing hearing. That hearing will give you notification of the date and time of that. That will be an in-person hearing here in Otsego County, so you'll need to make arrangements to be present here in the courtroom for that hearing.
Yes, sir.
In between now and then, somebody from the probation department will be in touch with you for a pre-sentence interview. So it's important that you follow up with that process, and then you'll have an opportunity to talk to your attorney and go through that report with him prior to the sentencing hearing.
Yes, sir.
Can you get that information from Mr. Truch to contact?
I was gonna ask you.
Yeah,
You
I
have that?
can provide that.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Roll, anything further on this file today?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Truch?
Nothing further, thank you.
Mr. Banks, did you have any questions at all?
No, sir, Your Honor, just that I would talk to Mr. Trush about completing my PSD and substance abuse courses here.
Yep, yeah, we'll talk about it, Randall. Just stay in touch. You should be hearing from from Mr. DeLeo from the Department of Corrections. Make sure if you don't get the call, you call him back, okay?
Yes, sir, I will. Thank you.
Okay, that's all for today. We're going to disconnect at this time, Mr. Banks.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day, God.
And are you ready with Mr. Kruger's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
People versus Kenneth Kruger, file number 256832. The record should reflect Mr. Kruger is present here in the courtroom today. If I can have counsel put the appearances on.
The record, Your Honor, my phone.
Thank you, Your Honor. Richard Trush, appearing on behalf of Mr. Kruger.
And how do we want to proceed in this file today? Mr. Kruger?
Your Honor, we're going to be asking the court to docket a trial for this matter.
All right. Mr. Rolla, how many days of trial do you think this will take?
One day, Judge, is only, I want to say. let's see. With lab personnel, I still think probably one day and a half for most judges.
Okay. Mr. Trush?
Yeah, I'm probably going to suggest that I think we're likely going to need 2.
Okay,
And I just say that because I see on the felony information, there's 4 witnesses listed. I see at least 3 city PD officers in addition to those 4 listed, plus at least possibly lab personnel, depending if we have a stipulation or not. So I mean, that appears to me to be about 8 witnesses for the prosecutor, at least arguably. I think we're better served to have a little extra time than not enough.
okay. And Mr. Rolla, do you need any particular period of time to be ready for trial?
I'm looking at the labs on that. That's the only concern that I have. Give me a moment, Judge, I can answer that better. Probably 60 days, maybe, just to make sure there's no other outstanding issues in case we deal with lab personnel that are already booked prior to that time, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Trush.
I think 60 days would be fine. I suspect that we may be compiling some records ourselves. I think 60 days is enough time for us to do that.
Okay, I'm gonna set it 60 to 90 days out for a 2-day jury trial. The court will set this for a final status conference prior to the trial date. That will be the motion cutoff. Mr. Kruger, to the extent there are any additional plea discussions, that would be the last day to enter into a plea agreement. Mr. Rolla, any other scheduling issues
No,
regarding
Judge,
trial?
thank you. Not that I see.
Okay, Mr. Trush.
I don't believe so.
Okay, Mr. Kruger, do you have any questions?
I do not, Your Honor.
Okay, so you'll be notified of the date and time of the trial as well as that final status conference. It's just important that you stay in touch with your attorney so you're ready for both of those hearings. Okay. All right. Thank you. Anybody else ready, Mr. Trush?
Not see Mr. Love.
Love still got another 7 minutes.
Yeah, come on in there.
Love?
Yes.
We'll go on the record in People versus Larry Love. We have 2 files set for today, 256902 and 6903. The record should reflect Mr. Love is present here in the courtroom. If I could have counsel put your appearances on.
Thank you, Your Honor. Richard Trush, on behalf of Mr. Love.
And how do we want to proceed with
I'm
these?
gonna write down and grab the second file.
Okay, let's see if we're going to need it.
Okay. Okay.
Mr. Trush.
Thank you, Your Honor. So today, I was going to ask the court to consider adjourning the matter. I would suggest maybe 30 or 60 days. We do have, we have a set of offers that would resolve these cases. I think Mr. Love and I need to go through that a little bit more if we make a final decision. Additionally, there's a case that he was just arraigned on in Crawford County yesterday. I think it actually in time predates these, but that complicates the matter a little bit in terms of potential global resolutions. I would indicate, I think we have a fairly good track record of being able to put together resolutions that can cross both counties and take care of everything. But again, we just did the arraignment 24 hours ago, so.
Mr. Rolla, do you have any objection to the adjournment?
No, Judge, I'm aware of the matter which Mr. Trush is speaking.
Okay, it looks like these files were just bound over less than a month ago. I think it's reasonable to give counsel a little bit more time, particularly given that there's another case in the county. So, court will grant the adjournment. We'll reset this for a status conference plea hearing. You think 30 days is going to be enough time for that, Mr. Trush?
I would suggest 60, and I say that because that to me, puts us in line where we actually can be up in circuit court in Crawford County at the same time.
So we'll reset it at 60 days, but I would be unlikely to grant further adjournments after that. I think it's better to give more time up front here rather than just coming back in 30 days. But once we're back here in 60, we'll need to either have something in place or set for trial. Mr. Roll, anything further you can address for your side?
I just indicate we have no objection to that 60-day adjournment. Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Truce.
Nothing further.
Mr. Love, do you have any questions about how we're going to proceed?
Yeah, thank you.
Just make sure that you stay in touch with your attorney so that you're ready at that next hearing, okay? All right, let's take a short break and we'll come back on the record with Mr. Hooker's. Okay, we're on the record in People versus Hooker. This is file number 256908. If I could have council put your appearances on the record.
And for the record, Judge, my call now, people.
Hey, Your Honor, Richard Trush on behalf of Mr. Hooker.
Okay. And the record should reflect Mr. Hooker's present here in the courtroom today. Mr. Trush, can you tell me the status of this file?
Yes, Your Honor. We're in receipt of an offer from the prosecutor that we contemplate claim to count 1, dismissal of counts 2 and 3. We're not in a position to accept that yet today. I do think ultimately we likely will be accepting it. Mr. Hooker and I still have a few things to go over, and there's some mitigation information we want to get together for the court before we enter into an agreement. I would suggest, I think in 30 days, we'll be in a better position to accept that agreement.
Okay, Mr. Rolla, do people take any position on that?
That is the agreement, Judge, with the addition, of course, $200 restitution. We don't have any objection to a 30-day adjournment.
Okay, I would note, much like the last file, it looks like this was just bound over about 2 weeks ago, so I think it's reasonable to give counsel a little more time to go through things with Mr. Hooker. So we'll set this for a plea hearing and status conference within 30 days. So Mr. Hooker, between now and then, it's important that you stay in touch with Mr. Trush, and you go through any potential plea offers with him, and that you be ready with a decision at that next hearing, okay?
Okay.
Did you have any questions at all? Thank you.
Yeah, it says remote participation via Zoom.
Okay. See, yeah, here. Okay, we're on the record in People versus Suzanne Paget, file number 82-848-FH. This is the date time set for a hearing on a application to set aside a conviction. The record should reflect Mr. Roll is present here in the courtroom. This hearing was set for 10:30. It's now 10:38. It was set as a video hearing. The petitioner or applicant was provided with written notice of the date and time of today's hearing, along with connection instructions by the court. She is not present either physically or by video, so the court is not going to rule on the application. I'm going to dismiss it without prejudice. If Ms. Paget would like to reset this for a hearing at a later date, or we'll take up the petition at that time. Mr. Roll, anything you wanted to say for the record?
Just that this matter was adjourned previously from hearings originally scheduled apparently for September 24th. As the court recalled, appellate counsel or Ms. Paget's counsel had to be hospitalized on an emergency matter, so I was adjourned to this date.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. That's our final hearing for the morning. The court will be in recess until 1:30.